Okay, hey, welcome to another episode of On the Wrist from Off the Cuff. Today we have another fun strap showcase for you guys from the brand StrapHabit. A little bit about them. They were founded back in 2019. They're based out of Ohio, and they're named and dedicated to providing good quality, unique options at reasonable prices. The main reason for this video is actually a particular strap. It's their Brodinkee times StrapHabit Real Men Wear Pink Sailcloth Quick Release Watch Strap collab, which is actually to help raise money for ACS. So very cool. And when they sent that over for me to kind of cover and squeeze in some coverage for that, they also sent in a bunch of other straps in terms of some of their newer releases. So I thought, why not just showcase them all here and make a big segment out of it. So with all that said, let's go ahead, zoom the camera out, get these pieces in hand, and take a closer look. Okay, as you guys can see, quite the spread here. And for the watch, this is one from Hamilton that I really enjoy. It's a little 38 millimeter Khaki chronograph, and it's a lot of fun. My biggest thing that I don't like about it, though, that probably keeps me from wearing it as much as I'd want to, is the complete lack of AR coating on this domed sapphire crystal, which you can see is really nicely done, double domed at that. Full review on the channel way back in the you know me, I never sell watches, so once I feature something, it's chances, if it's not a loaner, chances are it's still somewhere in a drawer or whatever. So I figured this would be a nice fun one because it's very versatile, you know, obviously with the monochromatic layout and the black and white. The steel case has some brushing, has some polishing, so there's a little bit of something for everybody there. It's, you know, non-offensive and kind of handsome, and hopefully it doesn't torture anybody too much to see something like this, because these are obviously discontinued, hard to find. But at one point they were super cheap and being offloaded by like every gray market dealer at ridiculous prices for a Valjoux 7750 automatic chronograph. But today the main topic here is this strap. So the cool thing is, right, and this isn't specific to this colorway, it's actually specific to this particular type of strap where they offer the long and the short. I did a full review that covered these premium sailcloth straps that they do, and they're actually really nice. And like for the price, they're really cool, and I actually like the design, even though they use that sailcloth like material. It's not limited to just that aesthetic thematically. Like, these are actually really cool straps, I think, that can also cross over in terms of everyday type of straps, as well as you know, obviously nautical themed if you're going to be, you know, on the sailcloth side of things, but also tactical. I think these make really great field watch, pilot watch type straps, military divers and everything like that, and in this case a military chronograph. So of course it does focus camera. There we go. So I'm going to use the longer because I have a big wide wrist. So we'll just do this real quick so we can get this on camera, and then I'll start talking about some of the details in terms of this strap. Okay. Of course, having to do this reached around a tripod can be, and you can see nice material in terms of the thickness slash thinness, not overbearing or over padded, so it's gonna be really easy to kind of twist once and basically it's broken in, but it's still sturdy enough to where it's gonna last you quite a bit. So go ahead and place that in there, this in here, click click clack, here we go. So the pink, yes, some call it salmon, some call it pink. Others call it a faded red, as my daughter would say. So basically, after supporting Movember's men's health charity in 2020 and 2021, StrapHabit wanted to do something different for 2022. This year, they released a limited run of their popular premium sailcloth straps in pink to support Brodinkee and the American Cancer Society in its fight against breast cancer. So, I mean, you know, if you guys have kids, I'm sure if they play soccer, they're all wearing pink socks in October and everything like that. And this is just a kind of cool way to a show of solidarity, as well as a way to support that, because they actually, it is tied to a fundraiser. So they're basically Strap Habits working with their favorite watch meme account, Brodinkee. If you guys haven't checked them out, they're on Instagram. They're hilarious, and you know, it brings a little levity to some of, you know, all the crazy watch market things that are happening. But basically, they wanted to support their 2022 Real Men Wear Pink fundraiser. And last year, they raised over $6,000, Brodinkee, that is. And they're hoping to eclipse that this year. So someone actually very close to the StrapHabit family is currently battling breast cancer. So this really hit close to home for them. And, you know, they can't do as much for her directly. So, you know, they were really grateful for the opportunity to provide support to others in the future. So this is, you know, this isn't just a cash grab. Hey, let's cash in on pink or anything like that, or salmon. This is something that really, you know, has some gravitas to it. So I can really appreciate that, you know, that it pulls at the personal heartstrings there. So there's basically two different ways you can buy these straps, you know, and support the American Cancer Society in their fight against breast cancer. You can, one, donate $25 to Brodinkee's ACS Real Men Wear Pink page and use the code BROCODE to get your pink strap free of cost with free shipping. And then just, you know, they just mentioned to please use the same name in your order, so the straps can verify as donations. Then that way you'll be, you know, also entered into any giveaways that they might do later this year. Or you can, too, purchase the straps directly from StrapHabit, and then at the end of Breast Cancer Month in October, which is pretty soon, they'll actually donate the full purchase cost of $25 for each strap sold for Brodinkee's fundraiser. So two different ways. You can either donate and then get this sent free, or you can just order this and then that money, those funds will still get there. So, you know, pretty easy there, mix and match. If you're aware of Brodinkee's Instagram, definitely check them out and follow the links, or you can just go directly to StrapHabit. So there's some flexibility there. And again, $25 isn't bad, let alone like, hey, you're actually trying to, you know, do something good, which you know, I find very charming and nice. So with this particular strap, which is great, so let's go ahead and put it on. I do have a full review of these sailcloth straps, where of course I really enjoyed them, just because I do like these kind of more hybrid style straps where they have, you know, they're using different materials. You're seeing the reinforcement on the holes, great stitching, and then the underside is going to be leather, so very comfortable and very clean. You can see on my 7.5 to 7.25 inch wrist, these look cool, man. Like, I'm not a pink wearing guy, but if I was to, it'd be this. And I think actually with the darker pink and the lighter tone, it actually kind of gives me this Pink Panther vibe. But you can see on a black and white watch, it totally works and is a lot of fun. And in October, it's just a little thing you can kind of do, you know, instead of wearing a ribbon or something like that, you can have this. So I think that's really cool. And then some of the other options here from StrapHabit, because they were so kind to send them in, there's quite a few different ones. So let's start with these premium sailcloths. So they actually did some brighter colorways for these. So you can see this kind of darker, like magenta style color. Check that out. I dig this one. This would be really good for more vintage style divers that have kind of those deep red details. This would be really nice instead of a bright red. Definitely a lot more versatile, kind of even dips into kind of purplish hues and tones, but I'd say it's definitely more of a maroon in person. So these are really cool, and of course I have all the same attributes in terms of quick release spring bars. You're getting the backside padded, you know, lined with leather, and then the great two-tone finish on the buckle. As you can see, that is even signed. So you're going to be getting brushing and then polishing. So really great. Very cool. I really dig that colorway. I like that it's kind of it can play purple if you needed to play purple, and it can play like, you know, a maroon or a burgundy if you needed to play that. Then you get, you know, a little bit more clearly bright, you know, in a kind of a pastel purple violet color. So this is a lot of fun, great for the summer. And, you know, same story here. Really nice bright sky blue. Again, really great, fun color, fantastic. And it still comes with the long and the short. So if you want to keep that fitting your wrist well, you pretty much have that out of the gate, which is nice. Then orange, I mean, that's really versatile. I mean, you could imagine that on this. You could imagine this on a, you know, a diver's watch, you know, with an orange hand, you know, something like a Squale or anything like that. You would be good to go. So yeah, this is cool. Zodiac, oh man, I can just imagine so many different watches that do have orange accents, even if you're, you know, something like a polar style, white dial, orange hand. I mean, this would be really cool. So these I really enjoy, and these ones are actually, I believe, $27. Yes, so these are about 27 bucks, which is cool. And you know, again, for the quality that you're getting, they're really nice. So I gotta say that that's, you know, there's brands that charge a lot more for premium sailcloth or tactical style straps. It's nice that these kind of fit within that same space, but not for a lot of money. Next, we can grab this nice FKM rubber waffle style. So, you know, I'm sure you guys have all seen these waffle style rubber straps, which are very nice, you know, definitely within the kind of vein of old school Seiko straps. But here you're getting some really cool visual play by having something that has a bit of a different finish to it. So you're getting the camouflage finish, which is really cool. I mean, this is just one of many different options. For there, you're getting an 80 millimeter and then 130 millimeter. So this is really long. You can get them in 20 or 22. These are all 20 millimeters here, but check that out. That's fun, right? Like, that could be really cool. And then if it's a Seiko, then it even ties together more. Or even, I'd say, Citizen, Orient, something like that. These types of straps, you know, the really with the waffle style, it's a very Japanese aesthetic. And you can see, put a little shadow in there, you can really see the depth of the design and the print. So these are really great. And these go for $29. So, like, again, these are not expensive. 29 bucks, like, that's smoking deal if you ask me. And then let's go for the Ridge FKM rubber, also quick release. Check these out, guys. So you've probably seen this style before. It has that kind of almost 3-link style, definitely very reminiscent of Rolex, you know, but it has a straight end. It also has quick release, and it has a nice breathable channel here. So very cool. And again, they spice it up by adding this really cool red camo finish. So, I mean, very Darth Maul if you really are into Star Wars, but check that out. That could look really cool, a lot of fun. And then I think this would probably look really great on like my Zin U50. So with the red accents, but it's not overly red, right? Because like most things would be just this bright red. It's nice to have some darker tones and everything, just so it flows and it's not as shouty, you know, and you sometimes you don't want the strap to kind of overshadow the watch. So it's nice that they, you know, have some of these options to where you're going to get a little bit of a different color play there. And then cool, last but not least, actually I forgot to mention this one. This one's pretty sweet. This is actually a fully loomed elastic NATO strap. Yes, fully loomed, guys. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna hit the lights real quick, and you can see that the thing is loomed, and that is not even charged. Like, that is just let's do this. Whoa, this is painfully bright. Check that out. There's actually no writing on it. That's just the bag, the StrapHabit bag. But just to give you an idea how potent that is pretty cool. So if you can see, let's actually take it out of here. Unfortunately, I don't have any spring bars really handy for me to put this on, But what I'll do is I will charge it up. Take this little, not a black light, but just a regular light. You can already see that it is taking some of that. Check that out. So you can see that where I ran the light over it a few times, that it was definitely really taking that in. And so I don't blow up my sensor on my camera. Let me try to find my black light here, just so you guys can get an idea of just how cool. It's just such a different thing, right? Like I don't know, I would never think to say, hey, I should have a glow in the dark elastic NATO strap. But there you have it. You can see, stretch it out, still quite luminous. So I don't know, there's something really fun about that. And I'd say for, maybe let's say EDC-able type of strap, this would be really cool. So then you don't lose track of your stuff in the dark at night or anything like that. And of course my camera is already having trouble trying to keep track of this thing in the dark with all the little textures and graininess within that. But yeah, this was a really cool one, fun one, fun for gifts wise, right? Like you have those other watch lovers in your life, and this is something that they probably won't have, and I would say they probably will also enjoy if you were to gift it to them. So very cool. I like that they also did it with available black hardware. Again, it just gives it a different look. Then you take that blacked out, murdered out watch, and then now you have it on this, and it just lights up and illuminates and glows. There's just something that's kind of fun about that. And then at some point, as the luminous material fades over time and everything, you still have a cool little white strap that is, at the end of the day, very monochromatic, which will kind of match with anything, right? So even here in this case, because it's the black dial, the black hardware doesn't look super out of place. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun. But saving, I shouldn't say the best for last, because I mean these are all really fun straps. But for me, the ones that really stood out were these bad boys right here. So these are actually their sailcloth and FKM rubber quick release hybrid straps. These are going to be, I think, the most expensive, shown here today at 35 bucks. 35 bucks is the most expensive, right? So that's awesome. 35 bucks is completely reasonable, especially considering, check this out. So you do have the upper part where you're getting, fabric nylon, and then underneath you're seeing a lot of the things that you liked before, right? You're getting the little pocketing for the breathability, and now you're getting FKM rubber instead of the leather. So, and you can see the little channels and everything. So let's actually take this wonderful, fun, playful option off here, and we will leave it front and center though, so we can make sure we're keeping an eye on that. And let's do this. Check this out, guys. This is not bad. And then for the price, I mean, 35 bucks. I've seen these style of straps, especially from watch brands when they sell them, go for a lot more. I mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't some super, let me just give it a quick wipe here, some super high-end over-engineered thing. And that's the beauty of it, because now this can be worn, right? Like this, since you're not spending $100 or more on a strap, now you can actually wear it as is intended, and really get your money's worth and the use out of it. And you can see, of course, I have a larger wrist, and then this is a thicker watch with shorter lug to lug. So this one's working against me in terms of how much extra tail I'm going to have. But you can see nicely tucked in there. There's still plenty of holes left if you have a larger wrist. But you can see, really nice. I dig that. And then the crazy thing is they have a bunch of other options, right? So let's take a look at some of these other options. You get a green and black, which is fantastic and definitely has more of that field watch aesthetic to it, and almost kind of reminds me like Timex Iron Man. I don't know, there's something about that. So check that out with the black dial, very nice. And again, it ties in, and it's not expensive really, I mean, 35 bucks, that's pretty cool. So I dig this with the green. I mean, could you imagine this? You know, as much as a sailcloth or can be used as a tactical strap, I'd say these are a little bit more dedicated tactical strap where, you know, maybe just a touch less versatile, but I think a little bit more purposeful in their design to say, okay, hey, this is for more of an active watch. And then you also get blue. You got to have blue, guys, you know, for those blue dial divers, you know, for the blue dial pilots watches, field watches, or even a watch with just a blued seconds hand. Very nice. I dig it. And again, 35. Well, let me just make sure. Yep, my notes, it's $35. I had to double check because these could easily be costing more. And don't get me wrong, they're not the only company that's out there that's doing, you know, high value straps. But, you know, I do appreciate that as a brand, you know, they do things like support, you know, fellow watch channels and everything like that, as well as, you know, they're being very enthusiast friendly. You can see there's also an option for this blacked out buckle, all fully milled, very nice, and it still has all the other attributes. This tan is very nice and tactical, you know, looks like all the gear I had in the Marine Corps, at least in the latter half of my time in the Marine Corps, when we were spending a lot of time in the desert. You know, all the gear kind of transitioned over into looking, you know, within that kind of desert pattern. And then of course you want things still blacked out because you don't want it reflecting or anything giving away your position. So again, from a tactical standpoint, I really like these straps, and for the price, very cool. And I have been just rambling on, and this has been a long video, but we've been looking at a lot of straps, guys. So number one, definitely take a look at these, you know, when you're watching this. Again, it's going to be already closing 2 weeks of October. Unfortunately, I didn't get my hands on these until later on in the month, but I'm happy to kind of shine a light on them. So check out these straps. They're really nice. And then the cool thing about the pink color is it actually really highlights all the fine details that I really enjoy about the strap, because it's bright enough, and then you do get the contrast of course, the stitching and then the darker there. And if pink isn't for you, or the time passes and these are all gone, then you still do have some bright options here, and even a cool little darker option that I think is really versatile and can give you a lot of fun play on the wrist. So yeah, closing thoughts on these guys. It's really nice to see another passionate upstart continue to grow and use their reach to leverage attention for good causes, as you're going to see here today in this episode. And then all the Average Bros viewers out there, you guys can actually get 15% off their entire store. I will leave a little link in there that I think it automatically like applies it to your cart. As soon as you click the link, then you add whatever you want to your cart and it'll be good to go. One thing to note is that if it's for something like a charity, or any kind of like special pricing, it won't like double up on that, so it wouldn't apply. But the nice thing is, for, you know, anything else here, you'd be good to go. So with that said, let me know if you guys like the video, or like the click like if you like the video, and you know, if you want more content like this, definitely subscribe. All right, thanks guys.